Welcome back to Who Died Today USA channel. In the past few days, we have received somber news about the passing of extraordinary talents. Today's episode is dedicated to honoring their memory. Additionally, we will recap the stars we have recently lost. Before we begin, we kindly ask for your support. If this video or the legacies of these remarkable individuals have touched your life, please consider giving this video a thumbs up as a sign of respect and remembrance. Thank you. Joe Biden was a prominent American political figure born on November 20th, 1942, in Scranton, Pennsylvania. Rising from humble beginnings, he built a storied career in public service that spanned more than 5 decades. Biden served as a U.S. Senator for Delaware for 36 years, then as Vice President under Barack Obama from 2009 to 2017. In 2020, he was elected the 46th President of the United States, becoming the oldest person ever to assume the office. Known for his resilience, empathy, and political tenacity, Biden helped shape key policies on healthcare, infrastructure, and foreign relations throughout his career. Despite personal and political highs, Biden faced several serious health challenges. In 1988, he survived 2 life-threatening brain aneurysms. Decades later, in May 2025, his office confirmed that he had been diagnosed with an aggressive form of prostate cancer. The disease, marked by a Gleason score of 9, one of the most severe indicators, had already spread to his bones. Though the cancer was hormone-sensitive and potentially manageable, the diagnosis was a grave turn in his post-presidency years. I'm not usually a fan of politicians, but I have deep respect for this man, for how he grew over time, the example he set, and the way he helped lead America out of the COVID crisis and global inflation. I only wish my country could have followed the same path. In truth, no nation handled it better than the U.S., and that's largely thanks to Joe. I sincerely wish him peace and comfort in whatever time he has left with us. Morris was a legendary alligator actor whose unexpected screen presence and unique charisma made him a standout in Hollywood's animal talent pool. Born sometime between 1925 and 1945, Morris began his film career in 1975 and quickly earned a reputation for his on-camera prowess and his bite. He is perhaps best remembered for wrestling Adam Sandler in a hilarious and chaotic scene from Happy Gilmore, a moment that cemented his place in pop culture. Over the years, Morris built an impressive film resume, appearing in movies such as Interview with the Vampire, Dr. Dolittle 2, and Blues Brothers 2000. After decades in the industry, he retired to the Colorado Gator Farm in 2006, where he lived out his remaining years in peace and comfort. Morris passed away of natural causes on May 11th at the estimated age of 80 to 100 years. The Colorado Gator Farm shared a heartfelt message. While we knew this was inevitable, we are very saddened by his passing to old age. Adam Sandler paid tribute to his old co-star, writing, "Goodbye, Morris. We are all gonna miss you. You could be hard on directors, makeup artists, costumers, really anyone with arms or legs, but I know you did it for the ultimate good of the film." Morris leaves behind a legacy of wild performances, unforgettable scenes, and a reminder that even the most unlikely stars can leave a lasting impact.
If I want to maintain any
Breaking news. Neil Diamond, the legendary singer-songwriter behind some of the most iconic tracks in American music history, has lived a life shaped by powerful highs, personal reckonings, and quiet strength. With a career spanning 6 decades, over 130 million records sold, and a voice that became an anthem for generations, Diamond is far more than just the man behind Sweet Caroline. He is a symbol of artistry, vulnerability, and more recently, resilience. Today, we explore the arc of his life, from global stardom to confronting Parkinson's disease, from family regrets to spiritual peace. Born on January 24, 1941 in Brooklyn, New York, Neil Leslie Diamond grew up in a working-class Jewish family. His early years were unremarkable, until a guitar gift for his 16th birthday unlocked something profound. At first, music was a side pursuit, but it quickly became a calling. After a stint at NYU and a short-lived interest in pre-med, he dropped out to follow the muse. By the late 1960s, Diamond's songwriting prowess had already yielded hits for others, including I'm a Believer for the Monkees. But it was his own voice that soon took center stage. Songs like Cracklin' Rosie, Song Sung Blue, and, of course, Sweet Caroline catapulted him into superstardom. He became one of the most recognizable and celebrated performers of the 20th century. Sweet Caroline, released in 1969, became his signature track and a staple at sports arenas worldwide. While initially attributed to Caroline Kennedy, daughter of JFK, Diamond later revealed it was inspired by his second wife, Marcia Murphy. He just needed a three-syllable name. Despite the joy the song has brought to millions, it wasn't without controversy. In 2012, it was temporarily banned at a U.S. university football game due to its lyrics, "Touching me, touching you," amidst a local sex abuse scandal. The song endured, of course, because Diamond's music had always been about something more: connection, celebration, human emotion. Behind the glittering career was a man wrestling with guilt. Married 3 times, Diamond admitted that the relentless touring and demands of fame came at a personal cost. There were always tears, he confessed. The kids cried, my wives cried, I cried. I walk around with a sense of guilt still because I left them more than I should have. Through years of therapy, he came to terms with those regrets. Now, in his 3rd and final marriage to Katie McNeil, he speaks of a deep, renewed commitment. There will not be a 4th wife. I have the best woman in the world, and I'm taking good care of our relationship. In 2018, Diamond stunned fans by announcing his retirement from touring after being diagnosed with Parkinson's disease. It marked an abrupt end to a legendary live career that had lasted over 50 years. He canceled the remaining stops of his 50th anniversary tour, citing the physical demands of performing. The statement was bittersweet. While he could no longer tour, he would continue writing and recording. It is with great reluctance and disappointment that I announce my retirement. You will always have my appreciation for your support and encouragement. This ride has been so good, so good, so good, thanks to you. Diamond took years to publicly open up about his Parkinson's diagnosis. When he finally did, it wasn't to gain sympathy. It was to share perspective. In a sense, I was in denial for the first year or 2, he said. Eventually, he found acceptance, and even calm. Somehow, a calm has moved into the hurricane of my life. I find that I like myself better. He continues to sing. At 84, he led a live rendition of Sweet Caroline at Broadway's Broadhurst Theater during the opening of A Beautiful Noise, the Neil Diamond Musical, a show about his life. I still can sing, he said. And when he sings, he feels whole. All the systems in my mind and body are working as one when I'm singing. Diamond's impact isn't only artistic. With an estimated net worth of $300 million, his success is financial as well. In 2022, he sold his complete song catalog to Universal Music Group, including unreleased tracks and master recordings. Despite a costly divorce settlement in the past, reportedly $150 million, he remains one of the richest figures in music history. Neil Diamond is not a perfect man, and he's the first to say so. But that's what makes his story powerful. He speaks openly about regret, illness, and the emotional toll of his choices. And in doing so, he models something rare in celebrity culture: vulnerability. Through it all, his voice endures. So do his songs. And so does the man who once wrote with raw honesty, "I am, I said, to no one there, and no one heard at all, not even the chair. Today, Neil Diamond lives a quieter life, filled with reflection, gratitude, and love. He may no longer tour, but his influence still travels the world, from ballparks to Broadway, from vinyl to streaming. He took life as it came, and he sang it into something unforgettable. What are your thoughts on Neil Diamond's journey? Has one of his songs been a part of your story? We'd love to hear your reflections below. Linda Lavin, the beloved actress whose talent lit up both Broadway stages and television screens for over 6 decades, passed peacefully in December 2024 at the age of 87. Her longtime representative confirmed that she had recently been facing complications related to lung cancer. With her signature grace and quiet strength, Linda chose to embrace this final chapter, as she had lived so many before, with courage, clarity, and creativity. Born in Portland, Maine, Linda made her indelible mark through an extraordinary career that blended wit, warmth, and resilience. Millions came to know her as Alice Hyatt in the long-running sitcom Alice, 1976-1985, where she portrayed a single mother navigating life with humor and heart. On Broadway, she captivated audiences in productions like Last of the Red Hot Lovers and Broadway Bound, the latter earning her a Tony Award for Best Actress. In her final role as Sybil Schneiderman in the Hulu series Mid-Century Modern, Linda's performance was both spirited and poignant. She filmed 7 of 10 episodes, and in a testament to her integrity as an artist, she requested that her character's journey mirror her own, allowing her legacy to unfold naturally on screen. Her final scenes, full of humor, love, and humanity, echo the same presence she brought to every stage and set. Linda Lavin was more than a performer. She was a storyteller, a mentor, and a force of nature whose laughter lingered long after the curtain fell. Her colleagues remember her as fiercely intelligent, endlessly generous, and deeply human. We invite you to share your memories of Linda in the comments below. Her story, like the finest performance, will live on in the hearts she touched. Ruth Buzzi, the unforgettable heart of classic American comedy, passed away peacefully on May 1, 2025, at her home in Texas. She was 88. Her husband of nearly 48 years, Kent Perkins, shared that she had been facing complications from Alzheimer's, but just days before, she was still making people laugh, a testament to the joy she carried within her. Born in Westerly, Rhode Island in 1936, Ruth began performing as a teenager and quickly earned her place in the spotlight. She captured national attention on Rowan and Martin's Laugh-In, where her iconic character, Gladys Ormsby, a sharp-tongued, drab-dressed woman with a swinging purse, became a symbol of quirky resilience. Her portrayal brought her a Golden Globe and multiple Emmy nominations, making her one of the most recognized faces in television comedy. Beyond Laugh-In, Ruth's talent stretched across decades and platforms. As a regular on Sesame Street, where she portrayed Ruthie the shopkeeper with warmth and whimsy, as a guest on countless variety shows, and as a voice actor in beloved cartoons like The Smurfs and Pound Puppies. Whether she was appearing in films, performing on Broadway, or delighting audiences online with witty one-liners, Ruth never lost her connection with those who loved her most, the everyday viewer. Her comedy was physical, clever, and always kind-hearted, and behind the characters was a woman who treasured her craft, her colleagues, and her fans. As her husband once wrote, "She probably had more fun doing those shows than you had watching them." But we doubt that, because for so many, Ruth Buzzy brought laughter that still echoes today. James Foley, the quietly brilliant director behind films like Glengarry Glen Ross, At Close Range, and Fear, passed away peacefully in Los Angeles in early May 2025. He was 71. His representatives confirmed he had been facing complications from brain cancer following a long and private battle. Born in Brooklyn in 1953, Foley discovered his path in storytelling while studying film at NYU and later at USC. A chance encounter with legendary director Hal Ashby sparked the beginning of a directing career that would span 4 decades and leave an indelible mark on both cinema and television. Foley's early success included the Madonna-starring Who's That Girl, along with several of her iconic music videos like Live to Tell and Papa Don't Preach. But it was 1992's Glengarry Glen Ross, adapted from David Mamet's acclaimed stage play, that cemented his reputation. With a powerhouse cast including Al Pacino, Jack Lemmon, and Alec Baldwin, the film became a landmark in modern American drama. His storytelling lens often explored the fragile strength of flawed men, weaving tension and introspection into noir-tinged tales such as After Dark, My Sweet, and Confidence. Foley also brought his precision to television, directing standout episodes of House of Cards, Billions, and Hannibal. Later in his career, he directed 50 Shades Darker and 50 Shades Freed, returning to the big screen with the same hands-on dedication he brought to every project. Foley once said, "I've always just followed my nose," a sentiment that speaks to his varied, risk-taking body of work. He is remembered by family, friends, and countless collaborators as a storyteller with a quiet intensity, a sharp eye for detail, and deep empathy for his characters. If James Foley's films ever moved you, share a favorite moment below. His stories and the way he told them will live on. Denise Alexander, the cherished actress known for her iconic roles in General Hospital and Days of Our Lives, passed away on March 5, 2025, at the age of 85. News of her passing was shared recently, marking the end of an era for daytime television. With a career that began in the 1950s, Denise quickly became a familiar face on screen. She debuted on Broadway in The Children's Hour, and soon after graced television classics like The Twilight Zone and Father Knows Best. But it was her long-running role as Dr. Leslie Weber on General Hospital, one of the first female doctors on daytime TV, that defined her legacy. She first won hearts as Susan Hunter Martin on Days of Our Lives, appearing in over 800 episodes between 1966 and 1973. Then came the role of Leslie on GH, which would span nearly 5 decades. With compelling storylines, including complex love triangles and dramatic family twists, Denise brought grace and strength to her characters. Her portrayal earned her an Emmy nomination and generations of loyal fans. Beyond her talent, colleagues remember her as generous, loving, and deeply influential. Actress Jeannie Francis, who played her on-screen daughter, reflected, "She imprinted on me. Some of my acting style is directly from Denise." Her warmth extended beyond the camera, leaving lasting bonds with co-stars and friends. Denise returned to General Hospital several times, most recently in 2021, making over 1,000 episode appearances in total. Her presence brought comfort, familiarity, and heart to each scene. To many, she wasn't just a character on screen. She was part of the family. If Denise Alexander ever moved you, tell us how she touched your life. Let's honor her with the love she so often gave. Valeria Marquez, a vibrant and talented beauty influencer, was just 23 years old when her journey came to a heartbreaking end during a live stream from her salon in Zapopan, Mexico. In those final moments, she was doing what she loved most, sharing joy with her followers, smiling as she unwrapped a small gift and playfully tossing her blonde hair. Her warmth and charm filled the screen, as it had for so many of her nearly 200,000 followers on TikTok and Instagram. Valeria wasn't just an online personality. She was a friend, a light, and a source of inspiration for many. Her content was more than beauty tips. it was connection. Her audience loved her not only for her style, but for the positivity she brought into their lives. According to authorities in Jalisco, the incident is being looked into as a possible gender-related case, highlighting the continued importance of care, dignity, and safety for women in all communities. Officials noted that there were no previous reports of threats made to her, and the live stream began like any other, a young woman reaching out to her audience, full of life. Her sudden absence has left an enormous void, not just in the digital world, but in the hearts of those who knew her and admired her work. Fans and loved ones have poured out messages of love and sorrow, remembering her for her creativity, her kindness, and her unwavering spirit. If Valeria ever made you smile or feel seen, we invite you to share a memory or message below. Her presence will continue to live on in the joy she brought and the lives she touched. Jiggly Caliente, beloved performer, advocate, and cherished member of the RuPaul's Drag Race family, has peacefully concluded her journey on April 27, 2025, at the age of 44. Surrounded by close friends and family, she left this world with love all around her, leaving behind a radiant legacy that touched hearts across the globe. Born Bianca Castro Arabejo in the Philippines and raised in the United States, Jiggly rose to fame in Season 4 of RuPaul's Drag Race, later returning for All-Stars 6 and serving as a judge on Drag Race Philippines. Known for her fierce performances, wit, and incredible resilience, Jiggly was a force of light and strength, both on stage and in her advocacy. Earlier this year, she experienced a significant health setback following a severe infection. Through it all, her courage never wavered, and her spirit remained as vibrant as ever. Her authenticity, humor, and bold presence made her a beacon for many, especially within the LGBTQ+ community, where she championed representation and self-love. Jiggly also shined on screens beyond Drag Race, with roles in Pose, Search Party, Saturday Night Live, and as a co-host on Translation, the groundbreaking talk show led by a full trans cast. She also shared her artistry through music with her debut album, THOT Process. Her family described her as a luminous presence who created spaces of joy, connection, and empowerment. Those who knew her, whether personally or through a screen, remember her as someone who made people feel seen, celebrated, and valued. If Jiggly ever inspired you, made you laugh, or gave you the courage to be yourself, share your memory below. Her light will continue to glow through every story told, every heart she touched, and every stage that carries her legacy forward. Charlie Scalise, a beloved character actor best known for his roles in The Wire and The Sopranos, left an unforgettable mark on television and in the hearts of those who knew him. With his grounded presence and rich storytelling ability, Charlie quickly became a standout in every scene he was part of. His portrayal of Horseface Pacusa in The Wire showcased his gift for bringing warmth and complexity to even the most rugged of characters, while his appearance as Coach Molinaro in The Sopranos offered a poignant glimpse into lost potential and moral reckoning. Beyond his memorable roles, Charlie led a life full of purpose and devotion. Before stepping into the world of acting, he built a successful career in business, later returning to his passion for performance through community theater and independent productions. His commitment to his craft, no matter the size of the stage, revealed his genuine love for storytelling and connection. Charlie's journey came to a close on May 1, 2025, at the age of 84, following a long health battle. He was surrounded by family in Phoenixville, Pennsylvania, where he had spent his final years. His passing has left a deep sense of loss for those who admired not just his work, but the kindness, humor, and generosity he shared throughout his life. Despite the sorrow of his departure, Charlie Scalise's legacy remains strong. He was a devoted husband, father, and grandfather, remembered fondly for his laughter around the dinner table and his unwavering love for family. Tributes from friends, fans, and fellow actors continue to pour in, honoring a life that brought both talent and heart to every role. As we reflect on Charlie's life, we celebrate the remarkable man behind the characters. His contributions to film, television, and the people closest to him will continue to resonate, inspiring generations to come through the enduring stories he helped bring to life. John Lawler, the actor whose steady presence shaped early seasons of The Facts of Life and Phyllis, passed away on February 13, 2025, at the age of 83. He died in a hospice facility in Albuquerque, New Mexico, after a life marked not only by performances, but by quiet resilience. Born in Troy, New York in 1941 and raised in Boulder, Colorado, Lawler grew up the eldest of 6 children in a working-class household. His early adult years were spent in uniform, serving in the U.S. Army during the Vietnam War, an experience that shaped his calm discipline and empathy. Breaking into Hollywood wasn't easy. He began with bit parts in The Rockford Files and Ellery Queen in the mid-1970s, often auditioning quietly on the sidelines of a booming industry. But John kept showing up, grounded by a love of theater and an unwavering belief in the work. He found his breakthrough in Phyllis, and later as the well-meaning but often overwhelmed headmaster Stephen Bradley in the first season of The Facts of Life. His character was written out after season 1, a blow for any actor, but John took it in stride, returning to character roles in shows like Knots Landing, T.J. Hooker, Breaking Bad, and Longmire. Off-screen, he faced personal challenges with the same quiet determination. He endured divorce, periods of career obscurity, and a gradual retreat from acting, all while raising 5 children and mentoring others through the recovery community. His family remembers him as a friend of Bill, someone who helped others find strength when they had none left. John Lawler may never have been a household name, but in his calm presence there was a kind of dignity few could fake. His story is not of stardom, but of survival, of a man who kept showing up, doing the work, and finding meaning far beyond the script. He is survived by 5 children, 3 grandchildren, 2 brothers, and a lifetime of roles that prove quiet courage leaves the deepest impression. Jeffrey Duell, best known for his unforgettable performance as Billy the Kid in the John Wayne Western Chisholm, left a quiet yet enduring mark on television, film, and the hearts of classic entertainment fans. With a career that spanned decades, Jeffrey brought thoughtfulness and depth to every role he played, capturing audiences with his calm strength and compelling screen presence. From his early television appearances in the 1960s on shows like The Monkees, The Invaders, and The Mod Squad, to his work in iconic dramas like The Young and the Restless, Jeffrey became a familiar face in American households. His breakout role in Chisholm earned him critical recognition, with reviewers praising his commanding portrayal of the legendary outlaw. Beyond his contributions to acting, Jeffrey's life reflected a deep love for learning and connection. After stepping away from Hollywood, he returned to school to earn his master's degree and spent years as a substitute teacher, generously sharing his knowledge and kindness with others. He also brought his talent to the stage in community theater productions, where he continued to perform with passion. Jeffrey passed away peacefully on December 22, 2024, at the age of 81, after facing complications from chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. He was surrounded by the love of his devoted wife, Jacqueline, with whom he shared over 40 years of life and partnership. His family remembers him as a generous soul, a thoughtful brother, and a knight in shining armor. Though his time with us has come to a close, Jeffrey Duell's legacy continues to resonate. He will be remembered not only for his work on screen, but for the kindness, humility, and heart he brought to every role, and to every life he touched. Though her physical presence is no longer with us, Olive Sturgis's legacy continues to shine brightly through the timeless stories she helped bring to life. Her performances in classic television and film, filled with honesty, humor, and heart, remain a beloved part of Hollywood's golden age. Born in Ocean Falls, British Columbia, Olive was captivated by the magic of the stage at a young age. Inspired by a performance of Peter Pan, she set her sights on acting and never looked back. That determination carried her to California, where she soon became a familiar face in households across North America. Her elegance, charisma, and signature smile made her a standout on-screen and off. Perhaps best remembered for her role as Estelle Craven in Roger Corman's The Raven, where she starred alongside legends like Vincent Price and Boris Karloff, Olive also carved out a place in television history with appearances in Rawhide, Bonanza, The Virginian, Maverick, and countless other westerns. She was part of more than 300 episodes of television, helping shape the golden era of the genre. Behind the scenes, Olive was equally devoted to her family and community. After losing her longtime home in the Pacific Palisades fire, she spent her remaining years embraced by the love of her children and grandchildren. She continued to respond to fan mail into her 90s, always grateful for the support and admiration of those who remembered her work. Olive passed away peacefully on February 19, 2025, at the age of 91. As we honor her life, we don't just remember the roles she played. We celebrate the strength, grace, and joy she brought into the world, both as an artist and as a woman who truly loved her craft. Hudson Meek, a bright and rising star in both film and television, brought warmth, creativity, and spirit to everything he touched. Best known for his role as young Baby in the Oscar-nominated film Baby Driver, Hudson captivated audiences with his talent and authenticity, even at a young age. Beyond the screen, Hudson lived a life full of passion and adventure. He was a sophomore at Vestavia Hills High School, where he played football, sang in the honor choir, and participated in student government. Outside of school, he loved being outdoors, snow skiing, wakeboarding at the lake, and earning his advanced open-water scuba certification at just 14. He visited all 50 U.S. states, each one a memory of his curious, joyful spirit. Hudson's work in entertainment extended far beyond one film. He appeared in MacGyver, Legacies, Found, and provided voiceover work for well-known brands and shows like Badanamu Stories. He was equally passionate about connecting with the cast and crew behind the scenes, always eager to learn their names, hear their stories, and make genuine friendships. Hudson passed away on December 21, 2024, after an accident in his hometown of Vestavia Hills, Alabama. His family shared that he was surrounded by loved ones and faith in his final moments. Even in passing, Hudson continued to give. His decision to be an organ donor is one more way his legacy will live on. His family and friends will gather in a celebration of life to honor the incredible young man he was. To further his memory, the Hudson J. Meek Memorial Scholarship will be awarded annually to a deserving student from his high school. Hudson's presence, his quick wit, and kind heart touched everyone he met. Though his time was brief, the light he brought into the world will never fade. Breaking news. Tom Selleck, the mustached hero, the hidden battles. Where is he now? Tom Selleck. The name alone conjures up images of Hawaiian shirts, a red Ferrari, and that iconic mustache. For decades, he's been the guy. Charming, rugged, dependable. From Magnum P.I. to Blue Bloods, Tom captured the hearts of millions. But behind the heroic TV roles and the Hollywood smile is a man who's faced his share of pain, loss, and the quiet challenges that come with aging in the spotlight. Let's start here. How do you see Tom Selleck? Is he a symbol of old-school Hollywood values, or a mystery man hiding in plain sight? On a scale from 0 to 10, how iconic is he in your eyes? Leave your thoughts in the comments, and keep reading, because this one's got twists. Before he was a TV icon, Tom was just a California college kid with a basketball scholarship and a business major. Acting wasn't even in the plan, until a drama coach saw something in him and nudged him toward the stage. That nudge changed everything. Tom left USC before graduating to pursue acting, and just as his star began to rise, the Vietnam War called. He served in the California National Guard for 6 years. Even then, he snuck in auditions, small parts, and bit roles. That persistence? It paid off. And then came Magnum P.I. Overnight, Tom went from that guy from commercials to a national obsession. He wasn't just another pretty face. He was smart, sensitive, and had that voice. You know the one. Magnum P.I. ran for 8 seasons and earned him an Emmy. But here's a fun and painful fact. He was originally cast as Indiana Jones, but Magnum contracts blocked him from taking the role. Imagine that timeline. After Magnum P.I., Tom didn't chase every opportunity. He walked away, literally. He moved to a ranch in Ventura County, raised horses, grew avocados, and leaned into a quieter life with his wife Jilly and their daughter Hannah. While Hollywood buzzed, Tom preferred tractors to tuxedos. Ever feel like walking away from it all? Like quitting your job and raising goats? Tom actually did it. And for years, it worked. But eventually, Hollywood came knocking again. In 2010, Tom took on the role of Frank Reagan, NYPD commissioner and moral compass of the long-running CBS drama Blue Bloods. This wasn't just a comeback, it was a reintroduction. As Frank, he embodied everything fans loved about him: integrity, wisdom, calm authority. He became the heart of the show, and for 13 years, audiences tuned in to watch him lead both on-screen and off. But then came the ending no one wanted. CBS announced Blue Bloods was ending. Fans were shocked. Tom was devastated. And this is where things get real. Away from the cameras, Tom was battling something much tougher than ratings: his health. According to sources close to the actor, he's been struggling to walk unassisted. Physical therapy became a routine part of life. His knees, once strong from basketball and horseback riding, have become a major source of pain. He putters around the gym, said one insider. But it's slow going, he's unsteady on his feet. It's been hard. Harder still? The emotional weight of Blue Blood ending. Tom built a family on that set. Losing that structure, those people, that purpose, it hit him hard. Sound familiar? Have you ever lost a job, a role, a version of yourself? Then you know that ache. Tom's also been facing criticism about weight gain and the visible toll age has taken. And it hurts. Not because he cares about looking young, but because he's always been the guy who gets things done. Now, even walking can be a challenge. Forced retirement, or a chance to heal? So, is this it? Is Tom Selleck finally stepping away for good? Maybe, and maybe that's okay. He's reportedly spending more time at his ranch, tending to his land, enjoying time with his wife and daughter. Sources say he's even working on a memoir, one that might finally open up about the private man behind the public image. It's not a flashy ending, but it's a meaningful one. And isn't that what matters? Despite the setbacks, Tom's influence is undeniable. He made being calm look cool. He showed that masculinity didn't have to be loud or cruel or complicated. He just showed up, did the work, and told the truth, in every role and in every chapter of his life. Whether it's his devotion to family, his service in the National Guard, or his refusal to chase fame for fame's sake, Tom's life is a lesson in staying grounded when the world wants you to float away. Let's be honest, in an industry filled with egos, Tom Selleck was always the exception. Maybe that's why his story resonates now more than ever. So, where is Tom Selleck now? He's not on your TV every Friday night anymore, but he's still here. Still watching the sunrise over his avocado trees, still trying to stay strong, still showing us what it means to be quietly, consistently good. And that's something we don't talk about enough. So what do you think? Does Tom's story inspire you? What do you admire most? The fame he earned or the peace he fought for? Drop your thoughts below. Let's celebrate a career, a man, and a moment in time where the heroes wore mustaches and meant every word they said.